Hello everyone, welcome to the BT Extra. We are hanging out in San Francisco at the PlayStation Experience. Of course, the PlayStation 4 getting a lot of love. PS Vita though, Sony still maintains the system is not dead. So we kind of been combing the floor looking for some of the PS Vita titles out there, and if you don't know, that is the handheld from Sony. And wouldn't you know it, one of the titles that a lot of people are talking about happens to be developed in Canada and in Toronto in particular. Chris with DrinkBox Studios, Severed. Severed is, boy, is it getting a lot of buzz here.
Well, if you say so, that's great.
Come on, you know that, look, your booth is full. This is a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign. People are pretty interested in it. There seems to be a lot of Vita fans out there still, so they're coming over and they're pretty stoked that we have a game coming out for it.
It's interesting when you look at Vita and the concept of it. I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, Sony's not putting as much love towards it, but it seems like the Canadian developers are still, they're holding out, they're still developing for the Vita. Why choose a Vita console?
Maybe we didn't get the message. I don't know. No, here's the thing. The Vita console is fantastic. The hardware's great. We really like working with it. The fan base for the Vita is a great fan base. They love video games. They love good video games. And so that's kind of who you want to make games for, right? So for us, it's sort of a no-brainer.
Let's talk about Severed. Tell us the concept behind the game.
Sure. So in Severed, you play as Sasha. You're a warrior. And essentially, the game's about her journey trying to find her family. You end up in this dreamlike world. You're not exactly sure why you're there, and you're going to meet characters along the way who are maybe helping you, maybe not helping you, and that's sort of part of the journey too. So, yeah, so it's a pretty cool story all in all. And
it seems like a lot of touchscreen.
Yes, so the game is almost completely touchscreen, but it's in a way I would say it's skilled touchscreen. It's important to parry, so there's a lot of sword combat. So it's important where to parry, when to wait for the right time to attack. It's not just simply a touch game. I would say it's a skilled, swipe-based fighting game.
So there's more to it than you may think. When you think about touchscreen games, just swiping, there's a little bit more to it. It's a little more complex than people may realize.
Yeah, definitely. We say touchscreen, and sometimes people roll their eyes, but then when they actually play the game, after they say, wow, that was totally not what we thought, that was awesome.
You talk about this set in this dream world, and I've got to say the graphics, it's quite beautiful, almost cel-shaded.
Yeah, so our artists are great, and basically they always like pushing the limits and kind of being as creative and trying to offer something different to the fan base, and I think the result is you get this color palette in Severed and the art style in Severed.
So, DrinkBox has had a number of hits. The latest that got a lot of buzz was Guacamelee, depending how you say it.
No one knows.
Is it a lot of pressure trying to follow up with that next big title?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of pressure, but I'd also say we're pretty confident in just that if we make a game that we put our hearts into and we take the time to make sure it's nice and polished, that people will recognize that and they'll appreciate that. So I think it's not too bad.
Any limitations developing in Canada? Do you think it's different than if you were in the States?
Not really, besides the cold, but maybe that keeps us in working on the game. So I would say advantage Canada.
You work harder.
Well, colder.
You got to work to keep warm, so.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, typing fingers.
Can you say or can you give any hints on what's next for you guys? Because this will hopefully be coming out soon. Are you already looking past Severed?
Yeah, we have a couple of ideas brewing at the studio that we're tinkering with, but nothing we're really ready to talk about right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, for you fans of DrinkBox, plans are in motion, already working on the next big thing. But really cool to run into a lot of Canadian developers here at the PlayStation Experience in San Francisco.